First off, let me say that what you see in the background of the video right now is irrelevant to the subject. So I've been collecting Gundam model kits for a long time now. To be totally honest, I'm not really a great builder. I just do straight builds, clean up the nubs as best as I can, put some water slide decals and panel lines, and try to cover up any mistakes with decals or markers and the like. But there was a time where I was way worse than I am today. And of course that's when I was a beginner at this. And a lot of my oldest models I had to get rid of because they were so shoddily made with nub marks all over the place. I didn't even use proper tools back then. Or the models just getting destroyed, like when a joint snaps because of age. Or a combination of the two. But I still had a couple of my oldest kits which I deemed to be salvageable. And here is what I did to rehabilitate them and make them look pretty okay. The video is relevant because one of the Gunplas to be rehabbed is the old MG unicorn Ver.Ka. And as you can see here, the formerly pristine white plastic has been turned into a shade of yellow because of age and exposure to sunlight. I didn't know that you shouldn't expose white plastic to direct sunlight because it turns it into a shade of dirty white or yellowish white. So aside from cleaning the nubs, that's one thing to be rehabbed. And you can see the whiter spots compared to where it's more yellow. That's where the stickers of the unicorn kit were placed. So they covered the white plastic, hence they were not yellowed at all. And the other kit to be rehabbed is the old Wing Gundam Ver.Ka. Yes, both Ver.Kas. And just to compare, here is the aged plastic compared to a pristine white plastic of my Jegun Type D first deployment colors. So yeah, it's a big difference. And I hope to bring it back to a whiter shade after rehab. And how do you make it white again without painting? Well, you dunk it in hydrogen peroxide, cover it up, and leave it in the direct sun for a couple of days. Don't use the 3% concentration, go for 10% or above. The stronger the concentration, the less time in the sun it needs to turn the plastic white again. It's important to leave it in direct sunlight because it causes the chemical reaction which cleans up the plastic. It's also important to keep it covered up because from what I've read, the gases that the chemical reaction puts out is important and it shouldn't escape the container easily. So you can poke a couple of holes in it, but don't leave it completely exposed. So after 3 days of being submerged in the hydrogen peroxide and water mix, you can immediately see how much whiter the plastic is compared to before. It was actually my first time doing this, and I was very surprised at how effective this method of whitening old plastic was. It is more obvious with the unicorn because of how white the base color is, but even the wing Ver.Ka cleared up significantly after the dunk in the hydrogen peroxide. Although I managed to fix the color and some nubs, there were portions which were unfixable like these, because like I said, I didn't even use proper tools, so in some places I damaged the parts when I was removing them from the runners, like here. Thankfully, most of the obvious ones are on the rear of the model, so it's not that noticeable. For the ones on the front, I was able to cover a lot of them up with judiciously placed decals. And here's how they look like after a reapplication of panel lines and new water slide decals. For the unicorn, the red decals like caution markings and logos really pop in contrast to the very, very white armor of the mobile suit. And I'm very happy with how it is after the rehab. And the wing Ver.Ka meanwhile looks like this. Lots of decals as well, as is usual for any Ver.Ka kit. Same with the unicorn previously. And again, I'm very happy with the final result. I've always said that my standard is if it looks good enough from 2 to 3 feet away, then it's good enough for me. And that's it for the rehab of these two old Gunplas of mine. Hopefully you picked up something useful, such as the technique of using hydrogen peroxide to whiten old yellowed plastic parts. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video as well. Subscribe and like this video please, and all that self-promotional stuff. Anyway, thanks, and see you guys next time.